Alright, yeah, welcome back to some more Magic Arena, and by popular request, we're coming back with some more Pauper. It's probably going to be the last deck that I do on this one, because I've already actually hit my 15 wins and got what I want out of it, but I honestly actually kept on playing a little bit longer, because I actually enjoyed this deck quite a fair bit. We're going to be playing some blue-white flicker for you guys, so let's check out the deck tech before we get into the games. I'll keep it quite simple, so not much to skip over in this particular case. What is Flicker? Well, it's based around the cards Justiciar's Portal, or Justicia's Portal, which is a 2-mana, exile a creature you control, then return it to the battlefield under its owner's control. So we're basically going to be utilizing enter the battlefield effects for various different uses. We also have Teferi's Time Twist as well, which does relatively the same thing. However, it flickers them until the end step, which is when they come back. So it's not as good as Portal in my personal opinion. This one has like board wipe protection, but there aren't really board wipes in Pauper to worry about. So we've got a 4 and 3 split, because I don't think you want to see too many of these, because you just want to be drawing creatures that you can use them on more than anything else. The deck actually manages to survive using life gain as well, and chump blocking while flickering as well. So we've got the Impassioned Orator, 2 mana for a 2-2. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, you gain 1 life. So we're going to be gaining enough life so that we don't have to block in certain cases, and then we get to swing over for a nice little backswing, essentially, on them. So this really upsets math as well with the Justiciar's Portal and the Teferi's Time Twist. It does make people think that you have less life than you actually do, or less blockers than you actually do, so you can really get them on occasion. Portal being specifically that good because it has First Strike attached to it when the creature returns, so we can occasionally First Strike out a rat colony or something like that. We also have Dwarven Priest as a single copy as well. Only single because it is 4 mana, so it's a little bit expensive in this deck, but it actually gains us 1 life for each creature we control, so being able to flicker this one is pretty decent. It's also a 2-4 as well, which makes it pretty good against the burn decks, because they're not going to be able to hit this without a 2-for-1. And if they go for that 2-for-1 and we actually manage to have Portal open or something like that, we can save it and reuse its ETB effect. So that's the general idea of the deck. We're going to be winning by creating a critical mass of very puny little creatures and eventually swinging over with something like Angel of the Dawn. 5 mana 3/3 with flying. When it enters the battlefield, creatures you control get +1/+1 and vigilance until the end of the turn. So we anthem our creatures and we give them vigilance, which means if we're not swinging for lethal, we can actually block as well. So we force some really bad blocks for them. If they have a lethal swing that they could have coming back, then we have blockers anyway, so it's not too bad at all. So that's generally the idea. We can also tempo them out with things like Callous Dismissal to bounce a permanent and a mass one, creating a 1/1 token which generates life off of the Orators as well. We're going to be balancing that amass quite nicely, I would say, in this deck. We want to make sure that a lot of the times when we need life, that our amass token is dead, essentially, so that when we amass one, it comes back, generates a token, and generates us life off of that as well. We might want to go for a big creature as well on the amass, and that's perfectly capable of being done as well, thanks to the Aven Eternal, which is a 2 and a blue 2/2 when it enters the battlefield, and it amasses 1, so we get to make that Eternal creature a little bit bigger. One thing to mention as well is your opponents can be using things like Callous Dismissal and, you know, other bounce or kill effects and things like that, so having a big amass token is a little bit of a risk that you're going to have to take, and it's very matchup dependent as to whether it's a good idea or not, but it's something there that we can do. Having a 4/4 in play is not the worst thing in the world. 4 copies of Omen Speaker here, 1/3 allows us to scry 2, pretty sweet at setting up our draws. Aviation Pioneer is a 2 creatures in 1 kind of situation, 3 mana 1/2, creates a colorless Thopter artifact creature token with flying, so block the flyers, healers, hawks, and things like that. Very nice. Same thing kind of goes for Gallant Cavalry, except for this is a 2/2 with vigilance, 1 mana extra, but we're making 4 power for 4 mana, and we get a vigilant creature on the ground, which is pretty decent as well. Sky Scanner's pretty decent, draws us a card, 3 mana 1/1. Not a great blocker, but it's a great flickerer all the same, so we can portal that for some decent value. Watertrap Weaver is our tempo swing as well, 3 mana 2/2, taps a creature, and that creature does not untap during its controller's next untap step. It's really good against the proliferate decks that are producing like really big creatures. Also, the aristocrat style decks that are using Rising Populace to just have a critical mass of creatures, or a big creature, should I say. It's very good for that kind of thing as well. Flicker this and tap down their big stuff. So, yeah, we're going to be tempo swinging our opponent out. We're not going to be winning very quickly. We're actually going to be winning really slowly and trying to delay the game on for as long as we can possibly do. Any of that sort of stuff. Basic mana is simple: 8 plains, 8 islands, and 4 guild gates just to smooth out the mana. Probably not entirely necessary that you have the guild gates, but they've not actually been hurting me in the same way that the Izzet deck did when I ended up swapping those out. So the guild gates in this particular case have been quite nice. But yeah, that's essentially the deck, guys. Without further ado, let's get into the matchups, and I hope you enjoy. Alright, 2 lander, all 3 drops, but we do have a dismissal to make a 1 drop, I guess. Or a 1/1. Yeah, I'll take this one. It seems okay. Double flicker with these 2 is very nice. So all I need is a 3rd land. Now, Boreal Grazer is not the kind of creature I wanted to bounce, unfortunately. But I guess we get to Omen Speaker, so that's nice. Scry away anything that's not a land, basically. I do really kind of want these cards, though. They are nice. This one definitely goes to the bottom, though. They are nice, but not sure about the Orator. I think I just need a land. Yeah, I've got to bomb it. Really need that 3rd land. If I can get the Eternal going, then we can start trying to push through. Time Twist, the Eternal, make it a 3/3, and then the Grazer's not a problem. Growth Spiral's an uncommon. The more you know. Shows how much I play this one. Oh my god, please. Cease. Stop this madness. Well, let's bounce Llanowar Elves. It's like bolting the bird, but worse. And pass the turn. We could have also flickered our Omen Speaker to get a land there, but I don't really want my opponent having infinite mana. Guild Pack Informant. 1 land. That's all I ask. Nope. Ah, the good old curse of hitting the record button. Isn't it fun? Love it. It's my favourite. Alright, well, let's just Time Twist Omen Speaker. Comes back on our end step as a 2/4. No. I was going to offer a trade, potentially, but I don't think they're even going to bother taking it. There's a land. Yay! We had to use a premium spell to get it, but still. We're there now. Alright, what's next, opponent? Counter on Informant and Proliferate. Yep. Fallen Bright, Proliferate. Yep. That's great. Oh, God. Now nothing matters anymore. Guess we can go with the Aven Eternal. And, yeah, pass the turn. Don't have any good attacks. We've got some reasonable blocks, but this Guild Pack Informant is getting very out of hand. We really need a bounce spell. We've got Water Trap Weaver to tap it down at the very least. That's a 3/6. Proliferate. Yeah, it's time to lock that creature down, I think. No more of that nonsense, thank you. And swing, swing. 4/7, we're just gonna swing. 6 damage coming at you. Oh, they've got the untap. Oh no, we're okay. Alright then. I'm not in hell just yet. Good stuff. Tamiyo's Epiphany, scry 4, draw 2. Okay. So they're going to have some decent draws and we're not. We do have the Pioneer, so we can Thopter block the Informant if we want to. We still got the Grazer to worry about. 2 top, 2 bottom. Drew the 2 cards they wanted. That's another informant. Well, as long as this other 6/6 informant doesn't get through, that other informant's not really going to be a problem ever. Ooh, we just drew a Weaver. Just drawing a Weaver is quite nice. I guess we'll get swing in. Swing with all. Yeah, get some blocks out there. Alright. And then Weaver keeps this informant tapped down. We block the Grazer, we're only taking 1. We don't technically even have to block the Grazer, to be perfectly honest. Really? I don't get that at all. Yeah. That's an oops from me, dog. You can have an oops. Orator. Oh my god. Life gain. It's beautiful. And they have a 5/8 to block forever now. Okay. Well. Not a great deal we can do here. We can flicker the 7/7 informant. Gain a life on the Weaver. Gonna basically have to do it on their turn though. On their pre-combat. Can't actually block and then flicker. Which is unfortunate. But that's just the way the cookie crumbles. Tap that down. If you want to proliferate, you gotta go through my Eternal. Yup. Oh, that's really good. That's a solid draw. So we can block the Grazer all attack. If they can proliferate, we lose. That's super risky. If they can proliferate 1 time, we lose. If they can't, we win. Is the alternative just to Pioneer instead? I think it might be. 2 bodies on board. We gain a bit more life. We can swing with this Eternal. Oh, it's got reach. Yeah. Grazer and reach is a thing. Alright, Llanowar Elves. And passes. Okay, well. Now we go Dismissal on Grazer. No big reachy blocker. We get a counter there. We Eternal, we gain a life. We gain a counter there. And we swing with everything. And you don't have a decent board state anymore. You got 1 7/7. And it is tapped down for good. Yeah. Whew, boy. That was touch and go for a moment, but we got there. Sweet. Alrighty then. A 3-lander with an Orator and some 3-drops that are pretty decent. 2 bodies and a card draw. Yeah, I'll take it. Win con in hand's not great. We don't really need to see it, but it's there, I guess, so do with what we got. Hey, there we go. Kept their 7, and we're up against probably a green proliferate deck. Jungle Delver. Okay. Well, we do have a lot of cannon fodder on the Pioneers Thopters and the tempo swings with the Weavers, so we got stuff we can be doing to slow down these big bodies. Okay, so do I want anything in particular next turn? I think I'm fine with the Orator into like Sky Scanner, so I don't think I need to Omen Speaker just yet. I get life if I go with the orator first. And yeah, we basically just get better top decks if I went Omen Speaker instead, at the cost of 1 extra point of life, which technically could be relevant. Well, that's a bluff and a half, not. Yeah, there's a good old, what's it called, the Murph-up one. River Herald's Boon. Thank you. Thank you, opponent, for reminding me. Oh dear. Yeah, okay. Won't be falling for that one. So now we could do the Water Trap Weaver to tap down the Delver, swing for 2. I'm not against it. Or we could go with Sky Scanner as a redraw. I don't really need to draw anything right now though, so I guess I'll just tempo swing so we can get into the late game. So keep this bad boy tapped down. Swing for 2 and hope they don't have that 1 green mana untap. They don't. Okay. Stony Strength is the card I'm thinking of. Contentious Plan. Proliferating. Okay. So they got some big boys. We're gonna have some big boys soon enough. Well, less big boys. We're gonna have more boys. More boys beats big boys. Bet you didn't know that. So we could do Omen Speaker with Justicia's Portal to tap down again. I'm kind of okay with that. So gain a life, scry 2. We do need a land. And I guess I'm fine with like more flicker. Ooh, Dwarven Priest. That would be a gain 4. Gain 4 is kind of relevant to slowing down this game as much as possible. I'm not keen on the Omen Speaker though. Yeah, I think I'll take the Dwarven Priest. And then we get to swing for 4 here. Just got to make sure when combat comes around that I'm flickering the Water Trap Weaver to tap down the Jungle Delver. Maybe they spend the entire turn pumping it up, which would be quite nice. It'd be a huge waste of their time in that sense. Alright, proliferate, I'm assuming. Yep. Okay, are you going to combat? They are. Alright, so we're going to go Portal, flicker the Weaver, gaining a life and tapping down the Delver. Life, 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 gain all the life. Do 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 do. Alright, tap you down. This is going exactly to plan, although I guess I probably wanted more bodies on board by this point. We will take the 4. Gonna gain it back on the Dwarven Priest eventually. So I think maybe I want to go with the Sky Scanner. Find a land drop would be nice. Alternatively, I could go with a Pioneer to gain 2 bodies on board and a chump blocker. Yeah, I think I'm fine with just the Sky Scanner. Okay. Thing is being done. Teferi's Time Twist. That's not as good as Justice's Portal, fortunately. I think we'll swing for 4 like this. Keep pressuring our opponent. We know we're only taking 4 next turn. Haven Eternal. Well, my hopes of having no flyers in my way is gone. So take 4. There you go. What's the best thing for us here? I guess land. We could do Pioneer plus Time Twist then. Omen Speaker. Omen Speaker plus Time Twist. I guess that's not the worst. Look for a land and probably a creature or a flicker spell after that. There's a land. And then we got some time twisting to do. Say no. And pass. We're almost there. Almost at the finish line. Oh, they've got a time twist of their own. Well, we're on our end step, so that's coming back on their end step. It's one of the downsides of time twist. It's really awkward to actually resolve it at the right time in this game. Bloom Hulk. Okay. I expect some big swings from our opponent. We have a time twist on the Weaver, so we can block that Delver, tap down one of their blockers. Okay, so do that, then this. Gonna tap down the Bloom Hulk on their end step. Gain a life. And now we do have the Angel of the Dawn, which they have 3 blockers. One of them's better than ours. Yeah, it's not a great place to be. Maybe I want to do Dwarven Priest. So eventually I do want to play Angel of the Dawn and swing for lethal. This gains me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we go up to 10. We're kind of forced to block, though. I think it's the best Dwarven Priest I'm going to get. Yeah. I can't really pressure them here. Simic Guildgates. Another Bloom Hulk, oh my god. Okay. That's pretty grim. Seven. Lethal. So we block, I guess just Sky Scanner here, take 4. Trying to take as little creatures off the board as possible and still come out on top, but I think we're just done, to be honest. They've got 4 blockers to our 4 attackers. We can't 10 them, and we'll be chump blocking in no time at all. So yeah, I think we've lost here. Go up to 5, gain some vigilance, swing, send a message. I think our opponent's got us, unfortunately. So yeah, good block. Good block. Oh, we got him close. Got him close. But no cigar. Yeah, down to 4. We don't come out on top in that one, and we're dead. Ah, dear. So what's our downfall there? I guess not finding enough Callous Dismissals would have been nice to be able to pump them out of the way. Yeah, we're just dead. I guess if I could have flickered the Dwarven Priest when it came down as well, that would have been nice. Too much for our expensive stuff, not enough of our little things that make lots of tokens, I guess. Meh. Alright, 3 lander, Omen Speaker, some 3-drops, and some Flicker. You can't really ask too much better of this one. I guess Impassioned Orator is the only thing missing from this hand, to be honest. But depending on the matchup, we can get by without it. It's a Rat Colony matchup. Okay, well, Tempo Swing. Just bounce their Rat Colony and make a 1/1. Or do I want to Omen Speaker? To be honest, I can get away with casting these next turn. So yeah, let's just bounce it. We should have a really good rat colony matchup because we have lots of creatures that are able to just immediately kill it, or they create 2 bodies for the price of 1. Healer's Hawk and rat colony. Alright. Now we're talking. This is some spice. Alright, well, let's block everything. There we go. No attacks. So I'm assuming... Oh. Interesting. Rising Populace. Well, we're going to need Callous Dismissals to just reset that eventually. We can also just block it with 1/1s until the end of time. I would love to have lands for Gallant Cavalry and then use Time Twist on that instead. That would be nice. So we could do Sky Scanner or we can Scry. Sky Scanner gets me my land drop for the turn. Omen Speaker guarantees it for next turn. Mostly guarantees it. So it's either a YOLO or a safe play. Let's swing in with the Eternal first, see if they block with Healer's Hawk. Almost certainly not. Yeah. Alright, well, in that case, let's put a 1/1 in front of that Healer's Hawk. Whiff on that land. Okay. Another Rising Populace. Interesting rat colony deck. I will take your 1. I will take your 3. In no rush to kill rat colony just yet. Alright. So let's Omen Speaker. We want to make all the land drops possible with this hand. I think, yeah, we'll just do that. All the land drops, because eventually what we want to be doing is leading straight into Angel of the Dawn and winning off of that. Burglar Rat, okay. Well, it's kind of looking like Gallant Cavalry is actually maybe the worst card in this hand. Double Omen Speaker just allows us to set up our draws. Time Twist is obviously very nice. Pioneer is at 2 for 1 with a flyer attached to it, which is better than a ground creature. I think it's probably the cavalry there. Another rat colony, okay. Well, I'm going to trade off a Populace. So that's the big problem here. Let the rest go. If we even had like 1 Orator, this hand would be amazing. But we don't. So, Omen Speaker, lands. I don't need a land beyond this next one. So let's do that. Swing for 3. And then Time Twist the Eternal. So we get a 3/3 and a 1/1. 3/3 to block the Populace, 1/1 to block a rat colony. More rat colonies, alright. It's a creative rat colony deck, I'll give it that. Because rat colony is terrible by default. So I imagine Populace stays back, Healer's Hawk might get in. Very odd choice, but okay. This might be a pump spell blowout, to be honest, but I'm going for it. If they've got a charge, they've got a charge. So be it. Moment of Craving. Okay. Well, I'm not entirely against how that turned out, to be honest. Because we can rebuild quite well. Yeah, now I kind of want Dwarven Priest. And then we play the Pioneer. Opponent being on 17 is a bit of a tilt, though. Not gonna lie. I think we get in with a Sky Scanner. Angel of the Dawn will block Healer's Hawk eventually. I just don't really want to trade off when the Populace just gets bigger. More Healer's Hawks. You. And the cruelty on the... Oh my god. Really now? Let's block like that. Keep bodies on board for the Dwarven Priest. Who gains us a fair bit of life. And yeah, we're in Populous chump blocking duty now. Which is unfortunate. I think we're probably going to lose this one unless we get some decent draws off the top. Lazatep Reaver. I'm going to trade the Healer's Hawks off. For sure. Is that necessarily the case? No, you know what? I don't think I am. I think I'm just going to chump there. Because we've got the Angel of the Dawn as a 3/3 flyer. That can do that later. Or a 2/2 there. The 1/1 off the Aven blocks the Rising Populace. Yeah, I guess that's better. And it could swing him with the Dwarven Priest. Maybe even an Omen Speaker. So the best this gets is just probably 2 to the face, honestly, and then they swing back with everything. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blockers to their 5 attackers. 1 chump, a couple of trades. Oops, that's me. Apologise. Let me put that in silent. Ooh, we got a trade. Okay. Land. Chump. Justicia's Portal is very good. Mmm. Tasty. Alright. Let's do this swing here. See if we can get a trade off of them. Or a chump. And then we'll flicker that, I think. Yeah, they're going to let it go. Okay. I think I'm going to block Populace with Pioneer. Make a Thopter. I could also do it with Omen Speaker, so we've got better draws. Instead of getting more bodies on board. Yeah, that seems better, to be honest. Let's see if we can get some good top decks. Sky Scanner seems fine. Land is certainly not. Okay, Sky Scanner, be kind to me. You know, that's not bad. That ain't bad. Tell you what is, though. Opponent getting another rat colony. It's pretty grim. Let's block with Omen Speaker. Oh, about time you showed up. It's a bit late, though. Because I can only play one thing this turn, and I think it's the Angels. Because they give Vigilance and +1/+1, so we can push an advantage here. We can definitely swing like this. We got some rat colony shenanigans over there as well. So this seems fine. To be honest, I think I'm fine with all of this. So we're going to do it again next turn as well. Except for probably a Sky Scanner down or something like that. But we'll have an Angel of the Dawn coming in for 4 next turn as well. So trades, okay. Takes the rest. Alright. So as long as that Rising Populace doesn't get a Squire's Devotion or anything like that, we don't really have to worry too much about it. That's rude. That's real rude. Okay, well. Chump. More lands. The last thing I wanted to see. Really needed that to be something good. Because then I would have had an option between Angel or Orator plus something else. Like, Orator plus Flicker would have been insane. We could have potentially taken a chump on the Populace. Or just taken a beating from it. Now we don't really have a good option. It's like Angel doesn't pump much. I guess it's the best one, though. We've kind of got to hold the land in hand for Burglar Rats. So, swing. Swing, swing. You can take my Dwarven Priest out, I guess, if they really want to. But we'll take a fair bit with us. Chumps. Alright, we get to take 2 things with us. Sweet. Alright, so kill Rat Colony and Healer's Hawk. Seems good to me. They're at 5. Again, we really, really need a good top deck. I think I'm going to chump with my non-flyer here. Because a Callous Dismissal off the top is the win. Oh my god. Jesus. Alright. Top Deku, Heart of the Cards. Doesn't happen very often, but when it does... chef's kiss. Woo! Gems! Yay! Alright guys, that's gonna do it for today's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I hope you guys have got your 15 wins. This is a decent one. It's much better than the Is It one that I posted the other day. Both are fun in their own ways though, so if you're looking for the fun factor, it is a free to enter place anyway, so, you know, competitive is not necessarily important, but this one is actually pretty good. It stands up against the best decks, so I would highly recommend if you do want to play this one in future Pauper series, where you actually have to pay for entry fee. This one is certainly something that I would recommend anyway. But yeah, without further ado, I'm going to end off the episode here. If you enjoyed, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for some more Pauper stuff in the future. Other than that guys, hit that bell icon and you'll get notifications when videos go live in the future. I hope you've all enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.